Hello and welcome to a very special Christmas Eve edition of Wake 'em Up Wednesday. And I am your host, Jake the Awake. I hope everybody is ready to have some fun tonight because I have a fun show lined up for you tonight. And getting us started before the show even started, I see we have some super chats that came in. We're going to get those out of the way. A big shout outs to Big Money Bob, who is gifting memberships before the show even starts, getting into the Christmas spirit by gifting memberships. He's gifted like 15 memberships tonight, it appears. So thank you, Big Money Bob, getting us started with some Christmas festivities. All right. JP Crucino coming in with a super chat says, Merry Christmas to Jake the Awake and his awesome fan base. Best stream on YouTube. Thank you very much, JP Crucino. Now, I know not everybody celebrates Christmas, but for those of you who do, Merry Xlax to you. And those of you who don't, well, just another happy Wednesday to you, right? Glad you guys could be here tonight. All right, let's go ahead and cool down the background lights here. All right. Actually, we'll go with green. Christmas, I'm thinking green and red, right? There you go. All right. Trout fishing at Hood Park says it's Wacky Wednesday. Let's go. Good cheer to all. You know what? It's a wacky, wake 'em up, wild Wednesday. It also happens to be Christmas Eve. In fact, some of you guys on the other side of the world, I guess it's already Christmas for you. So what we're going to do to get this party started, I'm going to do something special. This is my gift to all of you. Whether you celebrate Christmas or not, you're getting this very special gift right here, right now. Who was it? There you go. That's how you know it's going to be a good show. All right. And trout fishing at Hood Park. I don't know if you got my last email a couple weeks ago, but I have your package and it's waiting for me for Christmas. So tomorrow I'm going to open your package. So I will email you tomorrow after I open the package and I'll send a thank you email. So thank you for the package that I'm finally going to get to open on Christmas. It's a mystery package. Hopefully it's nothing dangerous that's going to hurt me. I don't think that'll be the case, though. All right. And we also got another super chat coming in from Dcran4D. Says, Happy Holidays, Jake. A donation for Ralph to get him a bone for Christmas. Oh, you hear that, Ralph? You hear that, Ralphie? There he is. There's Ralph. Ralph gonna get some bone for Christmas. You gonna eat some bone for Christmas? He gonna get a bone of his own. There's Ralph Meister. All right. Here you go, boy. All right. Thank you very much, Dcran4D. I really appreciate the donations getting us started tonight. All right. right. Should be a good night tonight. I figured we would revisit the Chinese space station. The Chinese space station, you guys, is looking better than the International Space Station. You know, the regular space station. Yeah, it turns out the Chinese might be more fancy than you might have previously thought. You might think that the Chinese make cheap crap. Well, just wait until you see their version of the space station now, going into 2026. Kevin Arnold, not from the Wonder Years, but I wish he was, coming in with a super sticker. I appreciate the super sticker. I should probably turn on my watch page and see what the super sticker is, because on my end in StreamYard, I can't even see what the super sticker is. It just says super sticker. So I got to pull up the watch page and see what it is. And it is looks like a pear dancing around. All right. Thank you for the dancing pear guy, Kevin Arnold. All right. I think I got all these super chat. And it looks like Big Money Bob is still sending out gifted memberships. So if you get a gifted membership from Big Money Bob, go ahead and thank him. He's the one giving the gift of Jake the Awake memberships, which are only $2, by the way. All right. Looks like we are caught up now. We can go ahead and officially begin the show. All right. Yes. What up, indeed? All right. Jonna's here. Hi, Jonna. Hi, Rose. Looks like everyone's saying those. All right. So as everyone trickles in, I wanted to show you guys that the Chinese are making some better stuff than you might think, and they might be a little further ahead than you might think as well. So first clip we're going to look at talks about flying cars. So we're going to be taking a look into the future. You know, you ever, when you were a kid, think about cars flying around, flying cars everywhere, and then you see Back to the Future 2 or, you know, the Jetsons cartoon or whatever, and you see everyone's got a flying car. Yeah, it might not be too far off, you guys. All right. So here we go. Flying car clip.
For most people, the idea of getting around on flying cars seems possible only in the distant future. But in China, that reality may not be so far away.
The government is encouraging the growth of what it calls the low-altitude economy, aircraft that fly below 1,000 meters. This EHang electric vehicle is the first in the world to be certified by a national aviation authority for commercial use.
With the gradual popularization of low-altitude flights, this type of air taxi will become widespread. It will become a daily mode of transportation, a lifestyle to enjoy.
All right. Well, you guys know I'm the type of guy that's going to notice that his name is Tianxing, 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 Tianxing. Tianxing, he play joke, he go pee-pee in your coke. Ching chong, ching ching chong, lick a dick, lick a ding ding dong. There you go. Couldn't help myself. I know some people don't like that sort of humor, but some people do. I'm doing it for those who do.
Brad, it will become a daily mode of transportation, a lifestyle to enjoy.
It takes off and lands vertically, no runway required. And in this case, no pilot. That means I can try it myself. The interior is simple, 2 seats and a navigation screen. The route is pre-programmed. In case of emergency, there's a button I can press to communicate with the operators on the ground.
All right, so check it out. It's obviously a fucking drone, right? So flying cars as depicted, in movies and TV shows. They weren't little miniature helicopters, right? Drones, but that's what we're looking at. We're just looking at basically like a drone that carries a person, right? So if they start selling these to the public one day, right? I'm already thinking, right as I'm watching this video, like, okay, if they were to sell these theoretically to the public one day, and then you were to miss a payment on your drone car, then the drone, let's say you missed a couple payments, you look outside and then the drone just like flies away, flies back to the dealership. It repossesses itself, right? Yeah, you better not miss your payment on your drone car. It will fly back to the dealership. All right. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this. All right.
In case of emergency, there's a button I can press to communicate with the operators on the ground, and a small fire extinguisher. But before I could ask about a parachute,
Here we go.
I was off.
Oh, we're going up. Going up. I'm not gonna look down. Am I gonna look down? Ah!
This air taxi can travel at speeds of up to 90 kilometers an hour for 130 kilometers. It's quite a view. A little unnerving not having controls. The company says automation reduces accidents caused by human error. But if you prefer to...
You don't even have control. That would be a little sketchy, right? To be in a singular drone and you just have to like look at your phone and twiddle your hands together nervously and hope that you just don't die. Hope that they don't accidentally have you clip the branch of a tree and fucking die or something, right? Clip the side of a building and die.
Drive.
I'll try to teach you how to fly this in less than a minute.
There are other options. The firm AirRidge is waiting for regulatory approval for its land aircraft carrier, which can be automated or controlled using a driving stick. The flying vehicle is stored and transported inside this van, the ground unit.
You can store it in your own personal parking space. You can drive it with your own personal passenger driving license to, say, some scenic sites, and you can charge it, use this ground unit to charge the aircraft for up to 6 times. So you can fly freely without worrying about the infrastructure.
And the cost? One of these will set you back $300,000 to $400,000.
Oh, that's it. Only $300,000 to $400,000. So that means anybody on a minimum wage salary can just go in and fly one off the lot, with a car note payment for $1,000 a month, for the rest of their life.
So far, EHang's biggest customers are tourism companies and governments using them for policing and firefighting. But experts say this is just the beginning. As long as you can conquer your fear of heights, the sky's the limit. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Hefei, China.
We did it.
With $300,000, you could buy yourself like several different gas running vehicles and then ensure that for the rest of your life, you're going to have a good running vehicle that's simple and much easier to maintain and won't fly away back to the dealership. Right? So with $300,000, you could buy like a series of Japanese well-made vehicles that are still running great, that have been well maintained, and you could like ensure that for the rest of your life, you're going to have a well-made Japanese vehicle, right? So I almost feel like that would be a better investment with the $300,000, is just to buy like several well-running vehicles. And then you don't have to worry about buying cars for the rest of your life, right? That's just me. I've been thinking more about like buying multiple vehicles when it's like, oh shit, everything's turning into a fucking Cybertruck computer piece of shit. So having like an extra 5 good running Toyotas or Hondas sitting around might be an actually a good investment. All right.
I did it!
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news.
All right, there you go. So that's to get us started. Before we jump into the Chinese space station, it's the Chinese who are going to bring along the first drones, automated human flying drones. All right. How about that? So advanced. Jason says, fuck that. I'm scared of balconies. Yeah, really. All of us here were looking at that going, nope. I don't care if it gets me there faster. Fuck that right there. Brian Tucker, poor man's flying car. Nah, man, you're just not hip with today's new technology. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the Chinese space station because I got to admit, pretty impressive stuff the Chinese are doing with their space station. It makes the International Space Station look like a pile of shit. All right. So without further ado, let's dive in.
External mounting platforms for instruments that study everything from fluid physics to space materials. Each launch used China's most powerful rocket, the Long March 5B, lifting these massive modules into orbit one by one, where robotic arms and precision docking systems linked them together in a seamless ballet of engineering. By December 2022, the station was ready for its next milestone, the first in-orbit crew handover between Shenzhou 14 and Shenzhou 15. For the first time ever, 6 taikonauts were living and working inside Tiangong simultaneously, marking China's official transition to continuous human presence in orbit.
So right away, what do you guys notice with this hallway in the Chinese space station? You guys notice a difference? I sure do. Big Money Bob says over 300 in here. Hit the thumbs up. Oh, we're just getting started. We should be able to get more people here than that. But that is a great idea. Let's go ahead and take a quick minute to hit the thumbs up. In fact, it only takes a second. So whether you are watching live right here, right now, or whether you're watching this on a replay a day from now, you should go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Talking to every last one of you. Do your boy a favor. It's quick, it's easy, and it will get the show started in a fantastic way. So go ahead and hit the thumbs up. What do you say? Do it today. All right. Thank you, Big Money Bob, for the super chat and the gifted memberships. I really appreciate it, buddy. I'm glad you're here tonight. All right, so the first thing I notice is like, man, these guys don't have nearly as much stuff hanging everywhere. I mean, they got a few things on the walls, right? But you got to give it to the Chinese. There's not a bunch of hanging and dangling wires everywhere, right? Like in the International Space Station. So the Chinese have found a way to cut down on the clutter. So what does that tell you about the International Space Station? The International Space Station is cluttered. It's messy. They need to take a page out of the Chinese book here. Get shit a little more organized. We got Javid, excuse me. Got Javid here, whose handle on the screen here says James, but that's to be disregarded because it's actually Javid. And he says, Jake, Merry Christmas and great call on the Jake Paul fight. Also, Tuesday NFL video was hilarious. thank you very much. I didn't know I was going to be making that prediction until the day of the fight. I saw that it was happening, and then I looked at the odds, and it just jumped out at me that Jake Paul was for sure going to lose that fight. But the odds were not they were not favorable enough for me to want to like throw down a bunch of money on it to make only a little bit, just in case I was wrong. So I didn't end up betting on it, but I did get the ending right. I predicted that the Anthony Joshua guy would win by knockout, and it happened. So there you go. Merry Christmas to you as well, Javid. Glad you enjoyed the NFL video, which I put out yesterday, if you haven't seen it. And Craig says it's probably a converted Airstream. So there's different theories I have with this. You can have a mock-up of a space station inside of an airplane, and then it can do parabolic maneuvers, and you can get this floating aspect that looks really realistic looking because they're actually floating in a way. But it's if it's in an airplane doing parabolic maneuvers, then they can just splice the footage every so often as the plane's going back up and back down, and then make it look like they're floating in space without having to use any wires or harnesses. But then as we know, now there's really good AI, really good video editing technology to where they don't even need to do a mock-up of the space station inside of an airplane and do parabolic maneuvers. At this point, they have AI and green screen technology and virtual reality toys that they can play with that aren't even there, but appear that they're there on the screen. So they have all sorts of different ways to dupe the audience at home, as we know. Thank you, Craig, for the super chat donation, buddy.
Today, the Heavenly Palace is fully operational, a T-shaped 3-module outpost orbiting Earth every hour and a half, and the foundation for what China says is only the first phase of its long-term plan for permanent human spaceflight. Step inside Tiangong, and the first thing that strikes you isn't the size, it's the clarity, the light, the lines, everything feels deliberate. People often say that Tiangong feels less like a space station and more like an Apple store in orbit. Despite
See how look at this. I mean, obviously he's green screened over the top of this.
Tiangong feels less like a space station and more like
he's badly green screened in there, but
feels deliberate. People often say that Tiangong feels less like a space station and more like an Apple store in orbit.
I don't even think they're trying to pass that off as being real. I guess that's like a Chinese astronaut guy showing the public what the inside of the space station looks like. Anyway, as you guys can see, they don't have all the dangling hanging wires. So what does this tell you? This tells you that the Chinese are more organized and are better at reducing clutter and messiness in their space station. So it seems they are more efficient at space technology than their American counterparts. I mean, clearly, you guys can't argue that the inside of their space station looks worse than the International Space Station. It clearly looks better. So therefore, this is the proof. Chinese do space stuff better than we do. I'm a bit ashamed to be an American. I'm ashamed to be an American because the Chinese shit is better than ours. And we need to get our shit together and kick their fucking ass. All right.
The Tiangong feels less like a space station and more like an Apple store in orbit. Despite appearances, the overall diameter of Tiangong's modules, about 4.2 meters or 14 feet across, is almost identical to those of the International Space Station, but the difference lies in their length. On the ISS, America's Destiny Laboratory measures around 8.4 meters or 28 feet. China's Wentian and Mengtian modules each stretch more than 18 meters, nearly 59 feet long, more than a section of the station in seconds if there's a leak. Everything here, from the materials to the lighting, is meant to make life in orbit feel normal, even calm. And for the taikonauts who spend months away from Earth, that serenity matters. Aboard Tiangong, life follows a rhythm. At any given time, 3 taikonauts call the station home. During crew handovers,
I mean, I don't know if you guys are thinking what I'm thinking, but deck the hall with bara rory, ra 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 ra. 'Tis the season to be jolly, ra 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 ra. Spending Christmas in space station, ra 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 ra. Me Chinese and me play joke, me go pee-pee inside your Coke. Happy holiday from the Chinese space station. There you go. I know you guys were thinking that. I'm just the only one man enough to do it. Krieger says, what a cheap-ass fake space station. Good song. Hey, but you have to admit, it's actually better looking than the freaking International Space Station, where the wires are hanging and dangling every freaking place. Got to give it to the Chinese. They're a lot more organized inside their space station. I think I would much rather be in the Chinese space station, where there's a lot less dangling, hangling wires, damn it. I'm not going to sit here and act like the International Space Station's better than this one. This one's clearly better.
Like in December 2022, that number briefly grows to 6, filling every bunk, every workstation, every meal seat. Their day begins just like ours, with a wake-up call from Mission Control in Beijing. After personal hygiene, which includes a rinse-free shampoo and wet wipes instead of showers, the crew gathers for breakfast. Meals are sealed, reheated, and labeled with each astronaut's name and nutritional plan. Then it's down to business. The morning hours are spent checking experiments.
Whoa, I think I need to go back and hear that one more time.
It's just like ours, with a wake-up call from Mission Control in Beijing. After personal hygiene, which includes a rinse-free shampoo and wet wipes instead of showers.
Rinse-free shampoo and wet wipes instead of showers. Oh, of course. You just wet wipe yourself for fucking weeks at a time, months, whatever, however long they're up there. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. That counts as hygiene.
The crew gathers for breakfast. Meals are sealed, reheated, and labeled with each astronaut's name and nutritional plan. Then it's down to business. The morning hours are spent checking experiments, calibrating instruments, and performing maintenance. Everything from software updates to tightening loose handrails.
Now, why do they need to perform experiments if everything that could possibly be done has already been done in the International Space Station, right? Like, what new experiments need to be performed in the Chinese space station that already haven't been done in the International Space Station? As we know, in the International Space Station, their job is to tell us what life is like on the International Space Station. And that's what they've been doing for a couple decades, just telling us what it's like up there, right? And then they say that they do experiments. But what could they still possibly doing up there today? Telling us what life is like. And here you have the Chinese telling us what life is like on the space station. I'm glad we know what life is like on this space station as opposed to the other one. Seems a lot similar, except with less hanging, dangling wires.
By late morning, the crew joins a live video conference with engineers and scientists back on Earth. Here, mission planners outline the day's objectives, approve experiments, and schedule exercise sessions. Around midday, there's a mandatory 1-hour rest period, a long-standing tradition in China's spaceflight routines. Even astronauts in orbit need to recharge before the second half of their day. Afternoons are filled with research, biology, material science, fluid physics, depending on each module's experiment racks. Exercise sessions are scheduled for at least 2 hours daily to counteract muscle and bone loss. Evenings are more relaxed. Dinner together is a shared ritual, sometimes featuring favorites like kung pao chicken, braised pork, or dumplings. Afterward, they might stream a TV drama from Earth, read, or send video messages to their families.
All right. I got to hear what you guys think of the Chinese space station. Brian Tucker says, me Chinese, me Chinese, Jake tell joke. Oh, man. So here's a joke for you. I recently made my first ever homemade apple pie. I've never actually took the time to make my own homemade apple pie. So I watched several videos here on YouTube and baked a apple pie from scratch. And let me tell you, that was the best pie I ever fucked. Huh? There you go. It's kind of a throwback to American Pie, of course, right? Jim fucking the pie. Classic Americana. All right, there you go. That's probably the best pie fucking joke you're gonna hear all Christmas long. All right.
Occasionally, the crew records short live streams, showing Chinese citizens what life is like aboard their heavenly palace. When it's time to sleep, each taikonaut retreats to their private sleeping alcove. There are 6 small bunks in total, 3 in the Tianhe corner.
All right. I'm seeing more coming in here from you guys. Rots of hoops to grab hold of. I wonder if they eat crab and lobster. We eat the crab chowder and lobster. Right? Some vacuum sealed lobster packets. All right. Eric Boo Elliott says, Merry Christmas from New Mexico. Thank you very much, Eric. I appreciate the super chat donation and the Merry Christmas wishes all the way from New Mexico. That's a state I haven't been to in a while. There's parts of New Mexico that are really beautiful. And then there's some really sketchy areas that are nasty, some nasty hoods. So New Mexico is kind of a wacky state, but I like it. I like the wackiness of New Mexico. I need to go back one of these days. 13 Gerino says, please revisit India's moon landing next. I guess we could do that. Go back and show the origins of where land on the moon came from. All right, I'll try and keep that in mind for when this is over. Thank you, El Gerino.
Module and 3 more in Wentian. Each one is barely larger than a closet, lined with soft insulation to block noise. Astronauts strap themselves upright in sleeping bags fixed to the wall, floating slightly inside as they drift off while orbiting Earth at 28,000 kilometers per hour. Inside every bunk, a small tablet for video calls, personal photos, and, if you're lucky, a tiny window with the best view in the universe.
There you go. This is what it looks like to have a space slumber on the Chinese space station. Suffocation Vacation says, a few chinks in their armor. It's funny because people like to call Chinese people chinks. And so he's finding a way to call them chinks and mix it in there and make it out like he's not calling them chinks, but he is. But but he's doing it in like a joking manner. That's why it's funny. Jinx.
Photos, and, if you're lucky, a tiny window with the best view in the universe. Food in space has come a long way from toothpaste tubes and dehydrated mush. Inside Tiangong,
Wait a minute. You guys thinking what I'm thinking? How come that shit right there is not floating away? Shouldn't that stuff be floating away? Like, it doesn't look like it's Velcroed down. These pouches don't look like they have Velcro. And the can, I don't think it's Velcroed to this table. So you got two cans, some plastic pouches, and a plastic tray. Doesn't look like there's Velcro on the table. Why isn't this stuff floating away? I don't know.
has come a long way from toothpaste tubes and dehydrated mush.
You can see that it like moves around, but it ain't floating away.
Food in space has come a long way from toothpaste tubes and dehydrated mush. Inside Tiangong, the menu rivals that of a small restaurant with over 120 varieties of meals carefully designed to meet nutritional needs and comfort cravings. Rice, noodles, fish.
Again, this stuff does not look like it's Velcroed down.
Small restaurant with over 120 varieties.
Right here. And then any loose pieces of food inside there would come floating out as well. Right? Any little like pieces of moisture, any little droplets of water, oil, whatever would like come flying out or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Soups and sauces, all pre-cooked, vacuum-sealed, and labeled for rotation.
Again, I'm not seeing the stuff float away. All right, looks like I got some super chats come in with some comedic requests. We got Josini. He says, can we get Stephen Hawking explaining the Chinese space station operations? Big respects, good Jake, sir. So there's two versions of Stephen Hawking. There's the mumbling one that has somebody do a then I have to have somebody translate for him. Or there's the talking robot box Stephen Hawking. So either I have to do the talking robot box explaining the Chinese space station operations, or I have to have somebody translate for Stephen Hawking. So I got to figure out how I want to do this. All right, I'm thinking I'll do Stephen Hawking's robot voice for this one. And I'll speed up the footage. I'll do it like this. The Chinese space station is nothing more than a poor replication of the International Space Station, which has been in service for much longer than this cheap replica the Chinese have attempted to install into the cosmos. The Chinese space station is nothing more than plastic panels over the top of cheap circuitry, and it is far less sufficient and efficient than the American International Space Station. Far superior craftsmanship exists within the inner walls of the International Space Station, as well as the outer exterior. The hanging and dangling wires inside the International Space Station makes for much easier repairs and future upgrades to the product inside the International Space Station. The Chinese space station is nothing more than a cheap attempt to copy the American Supreme Space Machine. We should give our thanks and gratitude on this Christmas Eve to the Americans and the international astronauts inside the International Space Station, and we should wish hell and death upon the Chinese space station, as they are nothing more than copycat bitches. Furthermore, I just crap my pants and need my diaper changed. There you go. I'm making this shit up on the spot. It's harder than it sounds. All right. All right. And I got another one from another super chat come in from Kreger. Says, no young poontang on the menu. Young poontang? I'm not sure what you're talking about, bro.
Noodles.
This is life on the this is life on the Chinese space station. Ain't no young poontang around here, buddy.
Fish, pork, chicken, vegetables, soups, and sauces, all pre-cooked, vacuum-sealed, and labeled for rotation. Each dish has to survive months.
You know, some young poontang might be preferable to these fucking dried-ass vacuum-sealed noodles that ain't floating away. I don't know if I would trust these dry-ass noodles that aren't floating away. Any space food that refuses to float away is probably unhealthy. I would much prefer some young poontang over this product. All right. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't prefer the young poontang. I would prefer this shitty looking noodles, of course.
Months of storage and the extreme vibrations of launch. Every few months, Tianzhou cargo ships dock with the station, delivering not just scientific supplies, but fresh produce, apples, oranges, even cherry tomatoes. It's a small taste of home that keeps morale high when home is 400 kilometers below. But the real game changer is hidden in the galley. Right there, beside the fold-out dining table, sits a piece of technology no other space station has ever had. The world's first space microwave. Developed by Galans Aerospace.
Whoa! The first ever space microwave, you guys. Whoa, the Chinese are so far advanced over us silly Americans. I'm so ashamed to be an American. We're not the ones inventing space microwaves. Instead, it's the Chinese. Never thought I'd see the day where I'd be so jealous of the freaking Chinese and their space technological advancements. Think about that, you guys. They got a microwave that they can use in space. Meanwhile, in the International Space Station, they don't yet have that technology.
It took nearly 10 years of engineering to make it work. Unlike a home microwave that guzzles power, this one runs on extremely low wattage, and it's built to withstand launch vibrations and radiation without frying its circuits. On the International Space Station, astronauts use a warm water rehydrator. It takes about 30 minutes to heat a meal. Tiangong's microwave can cook dinner for 3 in just 7 minutes. It may sound trivial, but in space, that's revolutionary. Hot food is comfort, and for taikonauts on months-long missions, that warmth isn't just physical, it's psychological. Living in zero gravity looks effortless until your muscles forget what standing up means.
This is like part of the psyop here. I think is hilarious. Oh, well, when you float, you like don't use your muscles, and then your muscles start to just wither away. And then you die because you don't have good muscles anymore. So the space station crew has to exercise while they're on board. It gives them an excuse to like do some stupid shit, like, you know, ride an exercise bike on camera inside the space station. They're like, look, you have to do this or else your legs will decay and you'll just lose all the muscles on your legs because you're not standing and using them. So they wither away and die. So you have to use the space exercise bike. So here's footage of the Chinese exercising. It's like one of the stupidest parts of the psyop. And of course, the sheep will just buy along. Oh, that makes sense. If you're floating, then you won't be using your muscles. So of course you have to do exercise in space. Spacercise. It's required.
Without regular training, astronauts lose muscle mass, bone density, and circulation strength at alarming rates. So aboard Tiangong, exercise isn't optional. It's mandatory. Every taikonaut spends at least 2 hours a day working.
Exercise is not optional. It's mandatory. You are required to exercise on here, right? Oh, this is such a prestigious job. You're like locked away inside of a fucking white fucking tube and stuck in there with other people, and you could die at any moment if anything goes wrong, and you're also required to exercise. Yes, sounds lovely.
Out. Their gym might be the smallest in the universe, but it's surprisingly advanced. In the Tianhe core module, a compact treadmill and cycling station are bolted directly into the floor grid. Elastic harnesses keep the crew anchored as they jog, and soft straps reduce vibration so the entire station doesn't start bouncing with each stride. In the Mengtian module, there's a rowing and resistance machine, China's answer to the ISS's
row, row, row the boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
There's a rowing and resistance machine, China's answer to the ISS's massive ARED, or Advanced Resistive Exercise device, which can simulate up to 600 pounds of resistance. Tiangong's system is smaller, sleeker, and far more efficient, offering the same muscle activation in a fraction of the space. Look closely at footage from inside Tiangong and you'll notice something else. Footholds and straps line the floors and walls. Unlike the free-floating astronauts of the ISS, taikonaut...
See, these guys are way smarter. They got all these handles and footholds. Whereas on the ISS, they don't.
Straps line the floors and walls. Unlike the free-floating astronauts...
See, look at this crappy ISS. I'm embarrassed of our International Space Station. It's so shitty compared to the awesome Chinese space station, the Chingchong station.
Of the ISS, taikonauts often prefer to stay anchored, giving their brains a stable down reference that reduces disorientation. And while official details are limited, CNSA prototypes have hinted at smart exercise suits, clothing embedded with gentle resistance bands that keep muscles engaged even during routine work.
The clothing keeps your muscles engaged. It's muscle engaging clothing. Sounds highly sophisticated, these Chinese. Here I am wearing clothing that is not currently engaging my muscles. Meanwhile, my muscles could be getting engagement as I'm doing this show. I should probably order some of their Chinese muscle engaging clothing. Shit, I should have asked my family to buy it for Christmas, but they probably already bought my gifts already. So maybe next year, no, for my birthday, I'm going to ask for Chinese muscle engagement clothing. What the fuck am I talking about? All right. JP Crucino says, in the future, people will pay big bucks to travel to space, but it may be more like virtual reality, comparable to the movie Contact. Thoughts, Jake? In the future, everyone's just going to increasingly get more stupid and stupider until they're just a big fat mass of fucking stupidity. and they'll just go along with whatever they're told and give away their money to whoever they're told to give it to. So yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds good to me. Okay, looks like I missed the super chat. I need to go back and catch up. Some To Apres news. All right. This is interesting. The good senator says To Apres just made actual content again. Wow. Interesting. In fact, we'll check in maybe towards the end of the show. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget, because we also had another request that I show the India moon landing. Try and get to these tonight. And of course, I grab a pen that doesn't fucking write. There it goes. All right. To Apres, an India moon landing. All right, because this video is going to be over soon. We'll get to that. And we had another super chat that just came in. From Silent Shadow. He says, Merry Christmas, a.k.a. Saturnalia, USMC Silent Shadow 6 from the crap hole Sacramento. A RFB as a mall Santa would be awesome. Great content, my man. RFB, Richie from Boston as a mall Santa. And I am in the Sacramento area as well. And yes, it is a shithole. The only reason I'm here is because this place I rent is cheap, but it's also in a shitty area. So, yeah. All right. Let me see if I could make this happen. Richie from Boston as a mall Santa.
So, many of you guys probably have no idea, but every year around Christmas time, I actually take a side gig as a mall Santa. I know that might sound crazy to you, but it's actually the only way that I can get into the Christmas spirit. So I don't have any family left to celebrate Christmas with, nobody to spend the holidays with. So one of the ways that I can get into the Christmas spirit, celebrate with some Christmas cheer, if you will, is I like to dress up like jolly old Saint Nick, and I like to let children sit on my lap and tell me what they want for Christmas. And of course, I have a big white beard that I wear, and these kids, they're so damn cute. They actually believe that that I'm the real Santa, and I trick them. I trick them into believing that I am the real Santa, and I tell them that I'm gonna come down their chimney and bring them whatever they want for Christmas. I hope like hell that the parents buy them whatever it is that they want so that they're not disappointed in me telling them that I'm going to bring them the pony or the Barbie that they want. But at any rate, I shall digress. So this year for Christmas, I'm already getting what I want. I'm filled with Christmas cheer, and I am, of course, filled with 100% organic, recycled Bible vape juice, which, of course, keeps the Chinese nanobots away, keeps my anus free from Chinese nano AIDS, and you can get your loved ones the greatest Christmas gift of all by ordering some of my 100% organic Bible vape juice. You can use my promo code down below and get 40% off. So a Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year. I got to get back to these kids. I'll see you next time. Like, share, and subscribe, or don't. I'm out.
There you go. There you go. That sounds like something he would do for Christmas, right? Be a Christmas mall Santa. All right. Oh yeah, we're watching a Chinese space station video. I almost forgot what we were doing.
Think of it as a wearable gym, a subtle, futuristic upgrade to fight the toll of microgravity. In Tiangong, every heartbeat, every flex of muscle, every drop of sweat is part of a grand experiment, not just to survive in space, but to learn how humans can truly live there. At its core, Tiangong isn't just a home in space, it's a laboratory for the future of humanity beyond Earth. Every wall, every panel, every piece of equipment here is designed to explore how life and matter behave in microgravity. Across its 3 modules, Tiangong houses 23 internal...
Look, they wear diapers on their face inside the space station. I guess this will keep them from catching some of that space COVIDs, right? The Chinese intergalactic space COVIDs. Yeah, apparently it's highly deadly, way worse than the COVIDs that were running rampant back in 2020. But if you wear a mask, then it totally protects you and you don't have anything to worry about. So basically, if you were on the Chinese space station, it would be dangerous for you to have your mouth exposed. You might be shooting intergalactic Chinese COVIDs everywhere. But if you do this, then you're safe. Danger, safe, danger, safe, right? You'd be in danger, and then you'd be safe. And now you're in danger, and now you are safe. And now you're in danger, and now you are safe. Danger, safe, danger, safe, danger, safe, danger, safe, danger, safe, danger, safe, 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 safe. You're in danger, and now you're safe. And now you're in danger, and now you're safe. And safe and in danger, danger, danger. I had to fit that in somehow. I believe I just did.
experiment racks, and 50 external platforms for instruments mounted on the hull. That's a dense scientific payload for a station of this size. Nearly every cubic meter serves a purpose. The fields of research are vast: fluid physics, where scientists observe how liquids move without gravity's pull; combustion, testing how flames behave when there's no up or down.
So in space, they just like see how stuff works in space. So we're going to see how water is in space. And then when we finish with that, we're going to see how fire is in space. And then we're going to take some earthworms and see what earthworms do in space. And then after that, we're going to take some tomato plants, and we're going to have the tomatoes, the plants floating around, and we're going to see how a tomato plant likes living in space. And then we're going to take some mice, and we're going to have the mice fuck while in space. Going to do some space mice fucking to see and observe what it looks like when mice fuck in space. Right? And so on.
Material science, studying alloys and semiconductors that can only form in microgravity. And biology and medicine, exploring how human cells adapt, or fail to, in the vacuum of space. One of Tiangong's most fascinating features lies in the Mengtian module, a dedicated airlock system for experiments. Here, astronauts can set up scientific packages inside the module, then load them into a sealed compartment. With the push of a button, the chamber depressurizes and opens to space, where a robotic arm either retrieves the...
Oh, this is clearly the part of Earth that is nothing but ocean. Yes, just happens to be over that part of the Earth where there's no land masses visible. Yeah, all the other land masses are on the other side, you guys. This must be out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Yeah. That's it.
Chamber depressurizes and opens to space, where a robotic arm either retrieves or installs the experiment on the station's exterior. No bulky spacewalk required. Inside, the crew is also working on space agriculture, cultivating lettuce.
See what I tell you? You got to grow some shit in space to see how shit grows in space. Because in the future, you're going to want to like go on space vacations and space travels to other galaxies and shit. You're going to want to grow food on board the spaceship in the future. So what we do is we experiment and see what grows good. This is for future spaceship cultivation practices. It's very highly necessary to extract billions of dollars from the public in order to grow these plants in space and see what they look like when they grow in space.
This and leafy greens in small hydroponic trays. The goal isn't just food, it's sustainability. Future experiments will test oxygen recycling systems that integrate with plant growth, creating the foundation for a closed life support loop on long-duration missions.
So there you go, Chinese space station. All right. So we had a request earlier to revisit the Indian moon landing. And since that's a classic video that I made featuring the formation, the introduction to the world of Land on the Moon, we'll go ahead and check that out. I haven't went back and watched it in a while. All right.
Currently, only 2 engines are now being fired, and we are nearly at 0 velocity, vertical and horizontal. We were hovering, and now we are approaching the moon's surface.
जी हाँ, आप अपने स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं कि हम लैंडर मॉड्यूल.
People are applauding. Let us all wait to hear from the Secretary Department of Space and Chairman ISRO, Shri S. Somnath.
लैंडर मॉड्यूल पूरी तरह से सेफली और सॉफ्टली चंद्रमा की सतह पे लैंड हो चुका है. ये हम लोगों के लिए बहुत ही गर्व की बात है. हिंदी में एक कहावत है कि चंदा मामा दूर के, लेकिन अब हम ये कह सकते हैं कि चंदा मामा अपने घर के.
बहुत ही उम्दा. The hard work of the entire ISRO community has come to fruition.
Land on the moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon.
All right, guys. So that is all it was. It was just a quick chorus and me, poking fun at the Indian moon landing, right? And so that right there was all it was. It wasn't like a full song with lyrics or any of that. It was just that. And then during a live stream, somebody sent a super chat and requested that I sing that. But all it was a chorus. So then I just started riffing and adding on to it. Take the rover and go to the moon and all this stuff, right? And so I basically just started making up lyrics, and then people kept requesting it. And it's been a couple of years since I've made this video. How old is it? Okay, so this is back in August of 2023. So like 2.5 years old, and people still request the song Land on the Moon and request the video just because of a chorus that I came up with.
To fruition.
Land on the moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon.
All right, y'all. Are you ready to break? We won't watch the whole video because it's 2.5 years old. People have already seen it already, but there's our revisit back to Land on the Moon, just in case anybody wondered where that song came from or why it exists. There you have it. And now I am proud to say that there are a lot more lyrics, such as land on the moon, we land on the moon, land on the moon, we land on the moon, we take it over, we go to the moon, then you know we're gonna come back soon, rove to the left, rove to the right, cause bitch, you know that we rove all night. We land on the moon, we land on the moon, land on the moon, we land on the moon, land on the moon, we land on the moon. And yes, my friend, we will come back soon. We take it over, we rove to the moon. And yes, you know we're gonna come back soon. Rove to the top, rove down low. We rove so much we got no place to go. We land on the moon, we land on the moon, land on the moon, we land on the moon, land on the moon, we land on the moon. And yes, my friend, we will come back soon. We take it over, rove to the moon. And yes, you know we're gonna come back soon. Rove up atop, rove down low. We rove so much and we never take it slow. We land on the moon, land on the moon, land on the moon, we land on the moon. And yes, my friend, we will come back soon. Row, row, row. Oh, come on now. Row, row, row. All the ladies say row, row, row. All the boys say row, row, row. Everybody say row, 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 rover, row, 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 rover, row, 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 row. All right. Say all that silly shit is because I came up with a chorus 2 years ago while making fun of some Indians for fake landing on the moon. And here I am, 2.5 years later, still singing that silly shit. But I'm getting paid to do it. All right. Kreger says, seriously, for fuck's sakes. Seriously, for fuck's sakes. That's right. Everything we do here is very serious, for fuck's sakes, including this moment right here. Seriously. 13 Giorno says, thanks, Jake. Thank you, 13 Giorno. And then somebody said that Tua Pre created new content. Some of you guys might not know who that is, but he's a YouTuber who had a huge following, and then he started making shitty content, and his following dwindled. And now I'm hearing that he's back to creating his original content again. All right. Let's see what we got here. Tua Pre. So this guy would do these First Amendment videos, a First Amendment type, walk around with a camera and put everyone on camera. And then when they freak out, you just say that you're like protecting everyone's constitutional rights, that sort of thing. But he would do it as characters. He would like walk around with his camera and act like different characters. And then when people would get pissed off, he would play dumb. Anyway, let's see what he's up to now.
I have a feeling I'm about to be kicked out of this post office. Not because I'm trying to, not because I want to be kicked out of this post office, but last time I was here, there's this lady that works there, that gigs there. Excuse me, I don't like using the W word. Well, she didn't want me vlogging. Yeah, cut to that real quick. At the post office, handling business, ran into Chill Jeff.
Yes, sir. This is the man right here.
Hey, Tua Pre.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jeff, much
yes,
love.
Sir, man. Have a good one.
Hey, let's keep this moving on. I'm going to tell you what we're doing here at the post office, all right?
You have to be filming in the post office. It's against the law.
What's that? Man, dude was tall. I almost didn't want to put him in the vlog, right? Because I like to be the tallest guy in the room. It's like a little thing. But I was a little bit taller than him, so I'm going to put it in the vlog, you know what I'm saying? But over here at the post office, handling some business and just life of a young entrepreneur out here, you know what I mean? Just on the grind.
Sir, it's against the law to film in the post office. You have to leave.
Okay, so this is just typical shit that I've seen 1,000 times. Guys go to the post office and they film because it's our protected constitutional right to go into a public building like a post office and film. And all those employees are, they don't have any right to not be filmed. And anyone who goes in there, you can film, and they don't have any that you can't do it, basically. And so because no one can legally stop you from filming, people go in and cause a nuisance because they know that people will freak out and they will say that please don't film. So basically, these First Amendment guys, they're not really guys who care about the Constitution as much as they just want to like get people on camera who get triggered. And then they can be like, oh, I'm doing this to protect your constitutional right. Or in this case, you just play dumb, right? And you get people triggered. So the whole thing is to get people triggered who don't want to be on camera, which is why I don't do it. I've thought about doing this sort of content, but going around triggering regular people trying to do their job or out in public, just there's something about it that just seems wrong to me. You know what I'm saying? All right. LaFleur Network says, Merry Christmas, buddy. And shout out to the best live chat peeps on the #1 Truth or Source here on YouTube. Smash the thumbs up. Hey, thank you very much, Davey. I appreciate that. We still have some fun videos to get to. We got Alex Jones crashing out. That's coming up real soon. So stick around and hit the thumbs up button right here, right now. If you're watching live, hit the thumbs up button. If you are watching the replay a day from now, hit the thumbs up button. It still helps. It doesn't matter if you're live. It doesn't matter if you're watching the replay. I want everybody and they mama and they mama's mama to hit the thumbs up button right now. Thank you, Davey D, for the super chat and the thumbs ups. Craig says that was before Indian craft. Wow, so fake. Yeah, the Indian moon landing is quite comical. They even spliced in what looks like some old footage of people celebrating, and then they added some crowd noise effects to make it sound like a big celebration for the computerized AI fucking moon landing. Or CGI moon landing, I should say.
What's that?
It's against the law to film here. You have to go.
No, I don't want to get a 1A violation. Yeah, I don't want to get a 1A violation. If I keep filming in this post office, I might get a 1A violation. So I might have to head out of here, guys. Crazy world, they said. Crazy world. I think there's a buffoon simulation going on in this post office. I'm manning it.
Sir, it's after 5. I'm calling the postal police.
Oh, are you closed?
We already closed, sir.
Oh, they closed. We shall also continue this vlog. Might have to come back and mail some more documents here tomorrow. Yes, so her. So.
Yeah, not a very funny start. Almost seems like he's desperate to go back to his old content. So here's the deal with this guy is he used to actually make some funny content that had a shitload of views. And then he stopped and started making all this new weird content where he just like works out and talks about how rich he's going to be. And then he started having this chick hang out with him and his views went into the tank. So it looks like now he's trying to return back to what he used to do. So his popular stuff, he was getting huge view counts. And then his more recent stuff, he was doing these workout videos and only getting like 5,000 to 10,000 views, if that. And people in the comments section were like, bring back your old content. This content sucks. I'm unsubscribing. Basically, all the comments are telling him to stop making this content and to go back to making his old content. So it appears this is his first attempt at making his old content. And so far, not very funny.
So here we are back again the next day, the next week, and just pop my head in there. She's in there, but like I kind of got to mail some important documents. So I have to vlog while I do it because I'm building a personal brand. So hopefully she's fine with it. If not, banger video. I guess see you in there. All right, here we are. Seems pretty chill today. I guess maybe there was like a vibe switch or whatever.
All right. Big Money Bob says, or gifts 5 memberships. I think Bob's given out like 20 memberships or so tonight. Thank you very much, Bob. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Showing the love tonight on Christmas Eve. This guy is like a virtual Santa Claus, except he's like way more jolly and awesome than the fake character of Saint Nick. This guy's actually giving real memberships away right here, right now. This guy's like 10 times more epic than a mall Santa. All right. We have a Chinese version of Land on the Moon. Commies will come back soon. Mine to the east, mine to the west, but your anus is the planet we like to mine best. Merry Christmas to everyone. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. Commies will come back soon. Mine to the east, mine to the west. But your anus is the planet that we like to mine the best. Oh, that was terrible. I've never practiced that, so it sucked. Chinese version of Land on the Moon. I'm only used to doing the Indian version, so it goes against everything I know to do a Chinese version. Wand on the moon, we wand on the moon. Wand on the moon, we wand on the moon. We mine to the east, we mine to the west. Your anus is the one that we like the best. We Chinese, we play joke, cause we go pee-pee inside your coke. We land on the moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. We roll, roll, roll. Everybody roll, 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 roll. Everybody now, roll, roll, roll. All right, I tried. That's hard. I'm so used to the Indian version that doing a Chinese version just feels weird. That damn near fried my circuitry. All right. We got a super chat from Nicholas. Giannakakos says, hit the thumbs up button. That PO guy is a fool. The PO guy? The guy on screen, to a pre? Is that who you're talking about? And the last super chat came in from Art Hawk. So thank you to Art Hawk and Nicholas. You guys are awesome. Spreading the Christmas joy around tonight.
The vibe seems pretty chill today. Maybe everything's all pretty chill. I like that. It's really cool. So yeah, guess I'll just mail my documents and head on out. I love that. I love a good vibe switch. Everyone's laughing here. I love it. Yeah, so I'm just in line right now, and I guess it was a vibe switch. Which is really cool. A customer just smiled at me too. I love that. Everyone's smiling here. Big Toe wants to say hi. Still in line. And chill. Chill. What's that?
You cannot video. Stop videoing, please.
Oh no, I'm not filming though. I'm just. She said I can't video or whatever, but I'm just.
He's just not very funny so far. So his return back to his old comedy bits is not going so well in this video.
Just vlogging or whatever. And yeah.
You need to stop it. You say she is not allowed to video this. You need to
She won't. She doesn't have to video. I'll do the video.
So you need to stop it to get the service, sir. You need to stop it.
For just because I'm vlogging, is that cool?
No. You need to stop it.
I thought you were allowed to vlog here. Whatever. Just vlogging. I'm not sure.
Okay, you need to stop it.
No, I'm just
You need to
vlogging.
stop it, sir.
So I'm just vlogging.
You stop it, please.
Can I just tell you what I'm doing?
No.
Which?
You need to stop it. Other you can go. You can get the service from SSK, self-service kiosk.
Just want to get one little stamp.
So there's guys who do this every day. They just go to the post office and they film until people get pissed off. And then instead of doing this character, they'll just be like, it's my constitutional right to film. There's guys that will like have masks on and they'll have 5 cameras going. And then like their buddies also have 4 or 5 cameras going. And they'll just show up to a post office and set up shop. And everyone who comes in is like, what are you filming for? Because we feel like it, because it's our constitutional right. Well, I don't want to be on camera. Well, too bad, you're on camera anyway. Well, you have to have my permission. No, we don't. And that's like every single fucking First Amendment guy thinks that they're being some badass by like pissing off random people at the post office. So I've seen quite a few of these First Amendment guys, and so it stopped being funny. All right. So yeah, Tuapri, not digging this one right here. I wonder what people are thinking in the comments section. I wonder if they're also thinking that this one isn't that funny. Cringe. A lot of people are going to be happy that he's doing this content again. I knew this day would come where you needed a paycheck. Thank the Lord we don't have to watch gym videos anymore. Long live Butterfly Boy. Holy shit, he's back. Aren't you a little old to be acting like a TikToker? Yeah. So some people are really happy he's back. Good for him, I guess. All right. So there you go. Tuapri is back. All right. So we can move on to Alex Jones' Christmas Crash Out. But first, let me go ahead and set the mood. Play one of my favorite Christmas tunes from Alex Jones. Here you go. Nope. That's not it. There it is.
Your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. My children aren't going hungry. I'll do it. I'll drink your blood. And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like size it up? I'm gonna haul him up back chain. Chop his ass up, size it up. I'm gonna haul him up back chain. Chop, 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 chop. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I'll barbecue your ass flat. I will cook your ass up so fast. I'll tell them, well, I killed a cow out back, baby. You think Christ would eat somebody? He would never do that. I will. I'm ready to hang them up, gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm
There you go. That's definitely one of my favorite Christmas songs right there. I play that song around Christmas time every year to bring out that Yuletide spirit. Right? In fact, I even enjoy it during the summer months as well. In fact, this is a year-round good song. Highly enjoyable. All right. All right, let's get to the Christmas Crashout by Alex. Now, that was the old Alex Jones character. As you guys know, the Alex Jones character has been replaced in the last year. They replaced him with, I believe, Will Sasso, with assistance of some AI. So here is one of the latest Alex Jones Crashouts.
And I got bad stuff to say about Candace. Because you go through all the things she said, and when they're not right, it's like, well, I'm allowed to ask questions. And I didn't imply TPUSA killed him. Oh, bullshit. Or if you don't agree that the guy shot Charlie under his arm, or the guy with a bottle of water isn't really a camera gun, or there weren't trap doors and all this stuff, then I'm, every time I would say, well, that doesn't look accurate to me. Oh, you're.
So first thing you got to notice is the bright greenish blue eyes that he never used to have, right? Bill Hicks didn't have bright greenish blue eyes like that. Neither did the old Alex Jones character. But new Alex Jones, boy, it's very noticeable that he's got bright greenish blue eyes, right?
On the payroll of the.
There we go.
That I'm, every time I would say, well, that doesn't look accurate to me. Oh, you're on the payroll of the Jews. Well, I sure as hell ever found the damn check.
I sure as hell ever found the damn check. It just sounds like an imposter doing the Alex Jones character. It doesn't seem like this is the same dude who's been doing it all along, right? So whether it's Will Sasso or some other guy, it's definitely not Bill Hicks anymore, and it's not the same old Alex that it used to be. In fact, this is the only channel that will show you this right here. See? See a difference? See here? You see here? You see? You see? You see here? I don't see no bright blue-green eyes on Bill Hicks, and I don't see it on the old Alex Jones character. Who is this new guy? Because this new guy don't quite look like the old guy, so maybe it's a different guy, such as Will Sasso. And you won't see this or hear this on any other truth channel. I am at the forefront of this subject, and I am being serious. I'm not just fucking around for laughs. I'm not just doing comedy right now. I'm being serious. Take a motherfucking look at what we fucking got going on here. You trying to tell me that this is all the same guy? No, it is not. Those guys on the left are the same as the guys on the right? No, sir. So there's a reason why I'm at the forefront of this. It's because I'm the only one pointing it out and giving you a possibility of who it could be.
The Jews. Well, I sure as hell ever found the damn check. Ain't seen it yet. Oh, my God. 12 states have passed euthanasia, basically government forced. No one cares. No one cares.
Look at these faces that he makes and the overacting. It just doesn't seem like the old Alex Jones character. Like right here with the eyes. No one cares. No one cares.
Oh, my God. 12 states have passed euthanasia.
12 states have passed euthanasia.
Basically government forced. No one cares.
Basically government forced. No one cares. Make me about to cry and puke right now.
See, it just like doesn't even seem like the same Alex Jones at all. I don't know how anyone's being fooled by the new AJ character. Now, of course, I am smarter than your average bear, so this stuff just pops out to me. Looks like I had a super chat come in from Go-Kart that went by earlier. Go-Kart with a super chat. No message attached, but a super chat nonetheless. Thank you, Go-Kart.
No one cares. No one cares. They're killing all these kids, cutting their penises off and their breasts off.
All right. No one cares. They're cutting off all these little kids' pee-pees, mutilating their little vaginas. No one seems scared. No one cares but me. Boo-hoo, higgity-hoo-hoo. Think I'm about to cry, about to make my little pouty face. Gonna make this pouty face, then I'm gonna puke right after I eat my neighbor's ass. All right.
No one cares. No one cares. They're killing all these kids, cutting their penises off and their breasts off.
All right, so Alex Jones is going through it once again. This is the third time this year he's broken down crying. Now apparently he's fed up with all the conspiracy theorists, which is just hilarious considering he is like the conspiracy theory guy. So it's ironic seeing him now be like, man, people are out of control. They're looking in.
Okay, Suzette Ann says, play the video Alex Jones Trump sucking ding dong better than World War III. Okay. I'll write it down and we'll move into that right after this video. AJ Trump sucking ding dong better than World War III. Okay. We'll put that on right after this video.
The things too much. Not everything's a conspiracy theory. The Jews aren't behind everything, which of course is just making his fans think he's sold out to the Jews, because now whenever there's a tragedy that happens, his fans immediately think it's a false flag orchestrated by Israel.
Yeah, his fans are retards, though. Anyone still following AJ at this point, like, deserves to be duped and shall forever be duped. And even if they stop trusting him, like, now at this point, they're still probably going to be duped by Candace Owens or Nick Fuentes or some other right-wing talking head.
Comments. Like if I cover a nuclear reactor that's melted down, people say, why are you covering up for Jews? Because we can only talk about Jews, not a nuclear reactor melting down. I cover the Jews. But I don't have to sit here and prove myself to you. And a lot of you people out there don't have any real grasp or depth of history. Like, why are you covering up for Jews? Or, oh man, this hurricane sure devastated this area. Please donate. Jews. You know, look, the Muslim Brotherhood is celebrating the murder of all these Jews. Why do you care about them Jews? Well, A, I don't want to kill the Jews. And B, the Muslims want to kill all the Christians too, you dumbasses. I don't want a heart attack, and I also don't want cancer. See, it's like, you understand that, right? Like, I don't want to eat dog shit or cat shit.
I don't want to eat dog shit or cat shit. Bat shit, rat shit, dirty old twat. 29 assholes tied in a knot. Yay, hooray, lizard shit, fuck.
You understand, right? You can get that in your head. But the Muslims are funding a lot of this Israel obsession, that Israel is in total control of everything, including what time you have a bowel movement. Look at the universities. Look at Soros. Look at it, you idiots.
And then also the whole Epstein Files fiasco has been a point of contention between Alex and his fans. If you remember, Elf had trials on cover for the but it's down over.
Are people trying to put you in prison and kill you? No, you know what skin in the game is, sweetheart? You got people trying to put you in prison and kill you? No, you don't. I'm not mad at you. I'm just in general, all you people are not in the front lines of this war for decade after decade after decade trying to save humanity. And
you don't have people trying to kill you. There's lots of people trying to kill me. Trying to kill me right now. Trying to put me in prison. So many people.
Yeah, like who?
Like them Sandy hacks that done fake sued me when I went along with the whole thing where I actually pretended like I was getting sued by Sandy Hack actors, and I went along with the whole thing, trying to kill me, put me in fake prison.
You always misrepresent everything to make yourself feel powerful. That's pathetic. You need to grow up. You need to get right with God.
Ooh, he stole a page from Richie's book there.
You need to get right with God. Alex Jones is now stealing my catchphrases. He's really actually trying to rip off a lot of my mannerisms. He's saying things that I would say. And quite frankly, they're doing this because they want to cover up my work. They want to cover up all this work that I've been doing for years. Next thing you know, he's going to be telling you to vape your organic Bible vape juice to get rid of your Chinese nano drones. Just remember who told you this information first, all right?
So there's that. Unbelievable. It is a hoax that Trump is screwing underage girls.
Excuse me?
It is a hoax that Trump is screwing underage girls. That's the hoax. That's the hoax, not Epstein.
Whoa. What? Devil horns? While he's saying that, Trump screwing underage girls is the hoax, not Epstein. Well, there you go. Trump has never screwed any underage people. And Epstein wasn't a hoax, according to Alex Jones, right? Like I said, anyone still following this character shall forever be duped, right? So obviously, all of the Epstein files is made up shit. And Epstein is a government-created character that was rolled out to us through the mainstream media. And the mainstream media is controlled. And they have a bunch of sheep begging for these Epstein files. And then they have these releases, supposedly. And everyone's like, oh my God, did you hear? Bill Clinton sucked Trump's dick. It's in the Epstein files. Oh my God, did you hear what was in the Epstein files? Michael Jackson and P. Diddy and Bill Clinton all 69'd each other with baby oil. Oh my God, right? They get people to run with all this fucking bullshit that they can just make up and hand to you, right? What sort of fact checking are you going to do with these Epstein files? Well, we know the Epstein files are legit because it says in big bold letters at the top of the files, Epstein files. So that's how you know these files are real, legitimate Epstein official files, right? So they got a bunch of people fucking begging for some fake shit that they can pull out of their ass and hand to you, right? Well, let's put this on the files, and then we'll slowly release these so-called files to these fucking sheep and get them to fucking beg for the release of something that we're just going to make up anyway. So AJ here saying that Trump screwing underage girls is the hoax. Funny how he uses the word hoax as it pertains to Trump screwing underage girls, but he doesn't use the word hoax as far as Epstein's character, what happened to him in jail, and what happened on his so-called island, or what happened with COVID back in 2020, or what happened with Sandy, or what happened with Charlie recently. He doesn't call any of that a hoax. He doesn't refer to anything that's a hoax as a hoax, but he does refer to Trump and underage girls. That's the hoax. Excellent, AJ. Very good job with the disinformation spreading while he throws the devil horns at you. Big Money Bob is gifting memberships tonight. Like, this is, I don't know, like 25 or 30 of them so far tonight. So if you get a gifted membership from Big Money Bob, thank him. He is definitely feeling the Christmas spirit tonight. He is like Santa Claus on steroids. He's like a superhuman Santa Claus on steroids who gives actual gifts of Jake the Awake memberships to all the good little boys and girls here in chat. He sees you when you're sleeping. Big Money Bob knows when you're awake. Big Money Bob knows if you've been bad or good. So be good for gift membership's sake. All right, now I'm just getting stupid.
Attacks on Trump that he was involved are a hoax. You're saying the attacks on Trump that he's involved is a hoax. The attacks that Trump's involved is the hoax. The attacks that Trump's involved is the hoax. That's not saying Epstein's a hoax. You put that in my mouth. You said that. You used my credibility to claim I'm saying it doesn't exist. You are lying. See? You lie in my name. You.
See, again, this character just seems like an overacted Alex Jones character. Seems obvious that like somebody such as Will Sasso, with the assistance of AI or a hyper-realistic mask of sorts, is trying his best to portray Alex Jones and be over-the-top, angry, manic, crash-out Alex Jones. But it comes off as an over-the-top act that doesn't even seem like something the AJ character would do.
So it's good to see things are going well. I mean, of course, Alex's fans are going to be extremely suspicious of how the Epstein files have been handled. But now Alex is helping the president do PR and is coming up with excuses for why he doesn't want to release them. So his fans are obviously going to think that's strange, but they aren't on the front lines of the culture war against the globalists. So they don't understand the pressure Alex is under. It sounds like he's basically saying he can't afford to have the president fail. So that's why he's trying to help him do damage control. In terms of going too far. What the hell is without doing certain.
But I smell some, and I don't know exactly what's going on both sides.
All right, look at these eyes, dude. So Bill Hicks never did stuff like this with his eyes, and the other Alex Jones character didn't do this weird stuff with his eyes. This is all stuff that new Alex Jones does.
Watching and analyzing.
Pay close attention here to the eyes.
And I don't know exactly what's going on both sides, but I smell some really bad stuff. See, it just doesn't.
It's just over the top.
Watching and analyzing. And I don't know exactly.
Right.
And I don't know exactly what you might be thinking. You're fucking lying. You're a motherfucking lying cocksucker motherfucker.
What's going on both sides, but I smell some really bad stuff. See, it just doesn't feel right. I can get all the clips and play them back to back on.
I smell some really bad stuff. Smells like my neighbor's ass. And I'm about to take me a bite because, as you know, I will eat your ass like corn on the cob. I am ready. I'm ready for Christmas dinner. In fact, it's just about Christmas time as we speak, and I want my neighbor's ass right now in my mouth for Christmas. That is my number one Christmas wish. This year, I want Santa Claus to come down the chimney and bring me a sack of neighbor's ass delights. That's right. I want Santa to bring me my neighbor's ass for Christmas. And then I'm going to nibble it up and chew it up, and I'm going to feed it to my babies like a mama bird feeding her baby birds. My babies shall not go hungry on Christmas. We shall feast on my neighbor's ass. You smell it? I smell it. Smelly ass neighbor's ass delight.
All of them. It's going to hurt TPUSA and it's going to hurt Owens. But maybe that'll get you guys to stop it. If I got to come in here and bang your heads into each other, you know what? I'm going whole hog. That's it. If you're going to make me put all this together, then you are all going to get it. Ugh. I hate it. I hate having to know all this. I hate having to research it all.
I hate having to know all this stuff I know. I hate being so freaking goddamn smart. I hate knowing all this stuff about the CIA and the globalists and these goddamn deep state sons of bitches. You know what? I know so much. I'm so freaking intelligent. Makes me want to Makes me want to puke right now. Makes me want to fucking puke right now just thinking about how fucking smart I am. I know too much. I research too goddamn fucking much. And you know what it makes me want to do? You know what it makes me want to do? It makes me want to cry. I think I'm going to cry right now just thinking about how smart I am. Boo fucking boo-hoo. Too damn intelligent for this world. You don't deserve me. You don't deserve my intelligence. You don't deserve to know what I know. I'm giving goddamn pearls to swine. You're the swine. I'm giving the pearls. Fuck you.
I felt like I really made a connection there with the AJ character. I was going for it.
You're robbing my time. Fucking bullshit, man. You understand, if we don't get our shit together, they're gonna put my ass in prison when the Democrats get back in. But no, I do care about the midterms, Candace Owens.
They're gonna put my ass in prison back when the Democrats come in. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for it to happen. And then, of course, when it doesn't happen, I'm gonna look like a motherfucking liar. But that's what I am.
Yes. When the Democrats win the next election, which is almost a guarantee, because that's what they do, they swing it from left to right to left to right. So they're about ready to swing it back to the left in a couple more years, 3 years, whatever. So yeah, they'll be swinging it back here soon enough, back to the left. But this guy right here won't be in prison. It's not like, oh yes, the Democrats have Bernie Sanders now in the White House. So go lock up Alex Jones now. That's how it works. He was totally safe and had sanctuary under Trump. But now that Bernie Sanders is president, let's put this guy in prison for telling all this truth.
You say fuck the midterms? Well, I say fuck that. I do have cartel hits out on me for the Democrats. That's from the NSA and General Flynn. That's the real world. I do have globalists trying to destroy me. I do have people coming to my house. Do I make a big deal about it? No, I don't.
I do have people trying to kill me. I got motherfuckers trying to kill me right now. Right when I walk out the studio, there's going to be freaking lasers aimed at my fucking head. I'm going to have to be dodging fucking bullets. Do you see me making a big deal about this? No, you don't. Have you ever seen me make a big deal about any fucking thing? I don't make a big deal about shit. Nobody makes a big deal.
Do have globalists trying to destroy me. I do have people coming to my house. Do I make a big deal about it? No, I don't. I got to get all my ducks in a row because it's so much. Probably take me 5 hours to collate it all. But you want it someday this week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, you're going to get 2 hours. But that's coming up. Because I just can't handle it anymore. So and it's driving me crazy. So you want it, you're going to get it. And I don't think people are going to like it.
See right there, that's like so Will Sasso-y. Like he did like these cross-eyed stare, like into his cup. Watch the way he does this stare here.
And it's driving me crazy. So you want it.
Look at this. This is some Will Sasso looking shit.
You're going to get it. And I don't think people are going to like it.
So sassy.
And Alex basically helped pave the way for what Candace is doing, but now he thinks it's too far. So he's trying to dispel Alex Jones. He Moxie.
And so he was getting ready to leave her and go against Netanyahu. And so they killed him. And I was there when Netanyahu gave the order. I mean, it's just like total crap. We know the corporate media lies about all the things they've manufactured. We don't want to be like them. We don't want to do that. The stuff they say I've been wrong about, I didn't even ever do. They just created this whole story. I did things I didn't do. These different areas that I've looked into, like 66% of the time, you said those aircraft were trailing her. They weren't even in the same continent.
They weren't even in the same continent.
The way he moves his mouth almost like looks like he's got some fake teeth in his mouth. Like the old Alex Jones character didn't move his mouth like this.
You said those aircraft were trailing her. They weren't even in the same continent.
Like that, see? It looks like he's got false teeth inside of his mouth. So I see these times where he's like,
and you think that's another, and that,
he like will do something with his mouth that just doesn't seem natural. something that the old AJ didn't do. So his eye movement, the mouth, the look is off. So many indicators that this is a different fella.
Or up by that Utah place and one other place is where they send those planes to get repaired. And then all the people, oh, Erica Kirk wanted him dead. TBUSA wanted him dead. Oh, it's corruption. It's hidden money. They got caught. Did you know they got audited by the IRS repeatedly? No, they never told you that recently. And I know them, and they're nice people. You don't have a conspiracy like that coming out of a group like that and interfacing with all these people and then doing something. That's not how it works. That stuff is highly compartmentalized. I'm saying I've gone through this stuff and you know what she's doing. Oh, I've been given by this group the proof of the planes following her for years and all this. We go look at it. It's not the case.
All right. So I've shown the connections to Will Sasso performing this character before. I'll show you guys again. Here it is.
Pig with a habanero in his two-hole. But I saw some pretty interesting shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chad, you ready to get into this?
Can't wait to hear all about it, Alex.
Yeah. You
It's
take
gonna be great.
it's like Morpheus, you know what I mean? You take the blue pill.
Yeah.
You can stay asleep. Or I could give you the red pill.
Go to
and then, hey,
Jesus Christ.
There's no turning back. There's no turning back. Oh my God. Still getting hell off of my skin.
Yeah.
Greasy. Saw Hillary Clinton down there in hell.
Wait.
Now,
Okay.
I know what you're thinking. Hillary's not dead. She can't be in hell. But Hillary Clinton, who's been in American politics for 50 years, is just a meat puppet being controlled by the real Hillary Clinton, a 16-foot tall pus demon.
Seeing a similarity in the eyes between this one and New AJ.
A 16-foot tall.
The bulging of the eyes.
A pus demon. The dines on the terrified screams of infants in the forest of life.
So new Alex Jones will often go, and folks, let me tell you right now, and so he stresses this during his Alex Jones impression. And of course, new AJ seems to do that stutter more so than I remember, just like this version that Will Sasso does. So the fact that Will Sasso is on camera doing this version of Alex Jones, and this seems like a half-assed version. So if you can imagine him doing his best version and reading a script and getting as many tries as he needs, and the assistance of AI or a hyper-realistic mask of sorts, Hollywood makeup and whatnot, you can, with today's technology, take someone like Will Sasso and turn them into the new Alex Jones.
Us souls. We had a beer and a laugh about the apocalypse that she's putting together for 2027. What do you think of that, Chad? You excited for the apocalypse in 2027?
I don't think it's going to be an apocalypse. I think 2027 is going to be a transformative year for humanity.
Oh, interesting.
That line right there has me wondering what this motherfucker knows about 2027. Because to just casually say you think it's going to be a transformative year for humanity, but then not elaborate, and then Will Sasso goes, interesting, and then just dismisses it. That means this guy has to have some reason for thinking that. Who says, I think 2027 will be a transformative year for humanity, and then doesn't follow up with a fucking explanation? What does this guy know that we don't?
For 2027. What do you think of that, Chad? You excited for the apocalypse in 2027?
I don't think it's going to be an apocalypse. I think 2027 is going to be a transformative year for humanity.
Transformative year for humanity. And Will Sasso says to that,
oh, interesting. Well, but have you ever seen a pus demon?
Interesting. Have you ever seen a pus demon? Like, change of subject much? So I think Dudesy here, just dropped a little hint that something's going to happen in 2027. Could be nothing. I might be reading too far into this, but the way he just casually is like, oh, I think 2027 is going to be a transformative year in humanity.
Interesting. Have you ever seen a pus demon?
Like, I want to know why he thinks it's going to be a fucking transformative year. To just drop that information and then not elaborate. Now you have me wondering. Anyway, so I've shown this clip before. This is why I believe that they are currently using Will Sasso. This is my prediction, I guess, that this is the guy that they're using.
I'm not sure that I had a fucking cop with antlers or all sorts of weird shit. Okay, what else? What else did I see here? Oh, they have Joe Biden's penis in a glass case in the center of Satan City.
See, he's not doing it serious, but you can hear he is able to do the voice. He is able to do the character. He already kind of looks like Alex Jones. So there you go. Will Sasso. That's the top contender for who's probably playing the role, as far as I'm concerned. And if I'm wrong about that, it still is definitely not Bill Hicks anymore, if it ever was. All right, so I had a request to play a song from that Suzette Ann requested. Alex Jones, Trump, Sucking Ding Dong, Better Than World War III. Okay. Let me go ahead and see if I can find this. Alex Jones, Trump, Sucking Ding Dong, Better Than WW3. Hopefully it comes up. Yep, it did. All right. So this is for Suzette Ann, who sent a super chat earlier requesting this right here.
There's no video of President Trump sucking a ding dong. And so what if there was? That's a lot better than World War III, Owen. I never sucked any ding dongs. But I'll tell you, if they were going to blackmail me to start World War III about one, I'd say, hey, I sucked a golf ball through a freaking garden hose.
Didn't you already tell Der Spiegel that?
No, the son of a bitch walked in there in my own office when I'd splattered stuff on myself and I was changing shirts. He goes, oh, that's a good shot. Let's get your shirts. And then he goes, I go, hey, have some of this chicken and sausage. So technically I said, Jones offered me his sausage. Yeah, give me a break, you son of a bitch. I like women, not men. And if I like men, I'd be proud of it. I'd have a line of them.
Hey, where's his bright green blue eyes? Oh, well, Jake, don't you know Alex Jones started wearing contact lenses, colored contact lenses, okay? And then he took Ozempic. He took Ozempic and started wearing colored contact lenses, okay, Jake? It's the same guy, dude.
I ain't ever been in bed with no man. I've been in bed with probably 300 women. And you sons of bitches sit there and you play these games, and I'm sick of it.
That's classic AJ right there. That's the AJ character I remember.
I have never sucked a ding dong in all my life. All right, but if I did, I'd be proud of it. I'd be king ding dong sucker if that was the case. If I did enjoy sucking ding dongs, I would not be ashamed to admit it. But that is not the case. What is the case? I have slept with countless women, the most beautiful women in the world. None of them even had any ding dongs for me to suck. They had nice big boobies. I sucked a lot of boobies. Never once have I sucked a ding dong. No sling slong, no cheech and chong, no ding dong.
So
that is a pretty funny clip, actually. Thank you, Suzette Ann, for suggesting that clip. That's funny. Big Money Bob says, hit the thumbs up. Big Money Bob coming through with a $4.20 donation. I dig it. Hell yeah to Big Money Bob. make sure I'm caught up on super chats. Looks like I am. Good times. All right, Bob, you've been promoted to moderator status because of your generous gifting of Jake the Awake memberships tonight and your several super chats, your positive attitude. You are a positive addition to my audience, and people like you are the reason why I have the best audience on YouTube. So to show my gratitude, sir, you are now a moderator for the Jake the Awake channel. Don't let the power go to your head. All right. And here he is still gifting memberships. I said earlier, he's like a super Santa Claus on steroids who gives actual Jake the Awake memberships to the good little boys and girls. Way more mystical than that made up fat guy with the fake flying reindeer. All right. So there you guys go. We had the Chinese space station. Alex Jones Crashout. And that was mostly what I wanted to get through tonight. So at this point, we can just do some open topic chit chat. You guys can bring up some ideas if you want me to show something or talk about something, or you guys can just say whatever you want to say, and we'll just chit chat here with the chat and kill a little more time, I guess. I'm having fun, still enjoying myself. So, yeah, open topic from this point out. We've got a super chat coming in right now from Supreme. Is Supremist North Korean. Without the spaces in the names, it can be difficult for me to figure out where to add the spaces. I have said multiple times, I don't like the YouTube handles because there's no spaces. I like the YouTube names. I preferred those much more so. So every once in a while, I will accidentally put the spaces in the wrong spot and call somebody like the wrong name or whatever. So my apologies if that happens. But Supremist North Korean says, you'll own nothing and be happy in 2030. Next few years will be moving humanity into that direction. Starmer wants digital ID by 2029 in UK. Same with Carney here in Canada. Just in time for 2030. You know, you might be right, except I think what is more likely is that we'll own nothing and be miserable. Yeah. The whole own nothing and be happy has like a silver lining to it. Oh, well, so I won't own anything, but I'll at least get to be happy. Whereas I think what they want to do is have us own nothing and be fucking miserable. So don't let them trick you into this owning nothing and being happy shit. Because it might just turn out you're going to own nothing and be miserable as fuck. Yeah, it's looking like this world is going to be a shitty place to exist in pretty much very soon. So I'm wondering how many years I even want to spend in this place in the future. I'm like, when shit starts to really suck, I might just have to go out Thelma and Louise style. You know, if I was going to end my own life, I would do it in a fun and cool way, like driving my vehicle into the Grand Canyon. Yeah, right? You get really high as fuck. Make sure that the time is right. Make sure that the world definitely sucks enough that there's no reason to stay any longer. And that's when you get high out of your mind and just drive right off a cliff into the Grand Canyon, right? Is there a better way to end it? I don't think so. People are going to be like, don't do that. Well, if the world sucks and we're going to own nothing and be miserable, and it's going to be like the movie The Matrix, where we're stuck inside of a matrix pod and they're harvesting our life fluid and our all of our time is just spent as miserable slaves, then what's the purpose? You know, may as well go out like Thelma and Louise. And of course, that leads us into the topic of whether or not this place is actually hell. Now, that's becoming a more popular topic now that shit is starting to suck more and more. More people are like, hey, wait a minute. Is this place hell? Like actually hell? Like maybe there is no hell to go from here. Maybe this is the hell, right? You are stuck in a body that's going to deteriorate. You're going to watch your friends and family get older and deteriorate and die. And if you're lucky enough to outlive them, then you're going to be all alone and miserable and own nothing, right? And the only way to avoid all that is if you're a good little slave and work your ass off for your entire life so you can have enough money saved to not be miserable and own nothing and have a shitty retirement, right? Seems like a tilted game that we're all forced to play, right? Where happiness comes at a high cost. But there's also places about this realm and things about this realm that are quite nice, right? So there's things about this realm, you know, like for me, you know, spending a day at the ocean with perfect weather and feeling this good vibe of being alive, and my dog's running around and he's happy to be there, and it's like, oh, what a great time. But then there's times about living in this realm where it seems like everything's just getting shittier and shittier, and then you think about your future and it doesn't seem very bright and things are looking bleak. So I kind of go back and forth with whether I like this place or not. Art Hawk says, time to spend Christmas with your blessed Ralphie Jake. Merry Christmas. We're all here for you, my friend. Oh, well, thank you very much. I know not everyone celebrates Christmas. Some would say it's a pagan holiday and that it's, you know, celebrated for all the wrong reasons, this, that, the other. I personally only celebrate Christmas because it's like one of the only times I get together with family. And I've only got a few family members left to even get together with. So it used to be, you know, we'd have a family get together and we'd have Christmas dinner and we'd exchange our gifts. But then over the years, grandma passes away, and then my mom passed away a few years ago. And so the family's shrinking down and shrinking down. And so now it's just, you know, a few family members, but we still get together. We still eat food and exchange a few gifts. So it's one of the only times where I hang out with family and spend time with them. So if Christmas is the reason that it brings us together and we enjoy the time we spend together, we have a good meal, exchange a few cheap gifts, if anyone has a problem with that, hey, that's their problem, because it's actually enjoyable to meet up with family and have a day where we just hang out and don't argue and we are able to get along. So my little family get together is fairly pleasant, and we're able to get along and enjoy the food and a few gifts. And we only meet up maybe, you know, a couple times a year, the family and I. So Christmas is one of those times. Thank you, Art Hawk, for the donation. I appreciate that. I haven't seen my dad since August, and it didn't go very well. So I was going to try and help wake him up and help him snap out of being a sheep, but he's too far gone, and he's mentally just not all there anymore, and he's not doing well. And so putting my dad on camera just didn't feel quite right, and he didn't really want to go along with what I was talking about. And so it didn't go well, which is probably one of the last times I'll ever see him, which is sad, but you know, there's certain family members that are just a negative presence and bring nothing but negativity to your life. And sadly, my dad is a negative, delusional sheep, and the things that he thinks and says are just some of the most delusional and stupid shit that could ever come out of anyone's mouth. And he disregards anything and everything I try to tell him. And there's just really no reason to even hang around with somebody like that. And any of you who have a family member who you've had to give up on and go no contact, well, you know how it can be. It's not an easy decision, but sometimes it's the only decision. I mean, it's as bad as it can possibly be. My dad thinks that he has a plan to change and fix the world, but he thinks people need to come listen to him at his campfire. So he's like, I want people to come to my campfire and listen to my plan. It's like, yeah, but nobody knows who you are, Dad. I know. You can help me. You could help put me on the internet so that people can hear about my plan. And then they'll come to my campfires. And then it can grow and it can turn into something like Woodstock. So my dad will have this delusion that him speaking at a campfire will help fix the world, and he has this perfect plan to fix everything. And his plan is we could get rid of the donkeys and the elephants, the Republicans and the Democrats, and we can govern ourselves. But he still believes in all the shit that happens on the world stage. So he doesn't understand that, like, the government set this shit up in order to control us. And they ain't going to go away because of some old guy talking about we can govern ourselves. So my dad thinks that you can just talk about governing yourself. And if enough people buy into it, it will happen. So he'll even be as delusional as to think that somebody like Governor Gavin Newsom of California might help. So my dad will read in his paper that Governor Gavin Newsom is speaking out against Trump. So he'll be like, maybe Governor Gavin Newsom will come to my campfire and listen to my plan. And I'm like, oh my God, my dad actually believes that maybe the governor of California might come to his campfire and listen to his plan. Oh my God. See, so imagine having a delusional father that wants to fix the government and has a plan and won't shut up about it. And his plan involves getting people to listen to his plan and then talking about it. And if you tell him that his plan won't work or probably won't work, he gets all angry and then he attacks you. He says, you're being negative. Well, with that negative attitude, things will never change. People like you are negative. So he'll attack me and call me negative, claim that I'm the most negative person in the world for not going along with his plan. So my dad is fucking impossible to be around, basically. Imagine a guy who wants to change the government but still believes in all the horse shit that the government feeds him. Doesn't listen to his son, who happens to be one of the most awake guys in the fucking world who could possibly talk to him and help snap him out of it. And he doesn't want to hear anything I have to say. He only wants to talk about his plan. So I was going to put my dad on camera and show you guys what I have to deal with, but he's so delusional that trying to get him to go on camera is an uphill battle in and of itself. If you have a sheeple family member who is tough to deal with, some of this might sound familiar to you, what you go through when you have a sheeple family member who doesn't want to hear anything you have to say, but they expect you to listen to their horse shit. Two Packs of Sugar says, hey, my dad still thinks wrestling is real. I can't tell him nothing. Wrestling, wow. Most people figured out that wrestling's entertainment in the late 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Vince McMahon started telling people it's entertainment. more and more. And it stopped being like a business secret. But back in like the 60s and earlier, it was like a protected secret that all the wrestlers pretend it's real at all costs, and they never admit that it's a work or that it's that they're fake fighting. So 60s and earlier, it was like the most protected thing. It's like if people figured out that it was fake, that's fine, but you never, as a wrestler or a wrestling promoter, ever told them that it wasn't a real fight. So by the early 80s, Vince McMahon started just openly telling people that it's entertainment. And of course, people were like, well, yeah, we knew that. So it's funny with the NFL, there's still a ton of guys who believe that the NFL is real football, even when you show them smoking gun proof that it's fake football and that all the players are in on it and the kicks are being manipulated. So there's still a shitload of football fans who refuse to even acknowledge the proof that football's fake. Ishtar says, then you can say, have never thought of that way before. Dirk Zink says, Jake, I'm sorry. I feel your pain. Hey, man, this is, part of life, Living in this world is not going to be all peaches and cream and easy breezy and cheesy, right? So, sadly, the cost of being one of the more awake people in the world is realizing that I'm living amongst like 99.999% zombies and sheeple, including my former friends and current family, right? And my little audience here, we represent the 0.00001%, I guess, of awake people in the world. And that percentage might be generous. Suzette Ann says, most of my family are sheeples. Well, if 99.99999% of everyone is a zombie sheeple, then that goes without saying that your family is most likely not going to be awake, right? And of course, a lot of our older family members, they come from a time and era where it was a lot harder to snap out of it. There wasn't conspiracy channels on the internet for them to go watch. There wasn't guys like me to help snap them out of it, right? So, a lot of these boomers and even older, they were brainwashed by television heavily, from black and white TV to the first color TVs. And you didn't really question what was shown to you on TV back then. And there wasn't an internet full of conspiracy theorists and alternative theories for you to even consider, right? There was the mainstream narrative, and that's it. And you would be considered crazy to even question the mainstream narrative. So a lot of people, didn't want to get looked down upon by their friends and family by questioning anything that they did see on TV. Secret Astronomy says, Jake's just spitting gold and facts. Some basic shit. JP Crucino says, it's good to remember for us that we're not alone. Even if we are isolated right now, Magneto will bring us together one day. Until then, we have Jake. Magneto will bring us together one day, huh? But until then, we have Jake. Well, thank you for that super chat. I don't believe I have ever received a super chat that said those exact words. So this is definitely a unique super chat. Thank you, JP Crucino. I appreciate that, buddy. Thanks for being here tonight. And Big Money Bob coming through with a generous donation after he's already gifted many, many memberships tonight. He says, most entertaining man around. Basically the only content I've been watching since I discovered you existed. Thank you for the 10 years of ass-kicking content. I've been catching up on it for months and have lots and lots to go. Thank you. Yeah, so I've been doing these streams for years, and there was a point where I didn't have StreamYard and I wasn't able to show all these video clips for a while. And so if you get back to the streams like 4 or 5 years ago before I had StreamYard, those ones aren't quite as good because I wasn't able to show all the video clips. But yeah, I've been streaming and doing this for years pretty regularly. And then I started the channel in January of 2016. So come January, we are going to be celebrating a decade of this channel being here on YouTube, my 10-year anniversary. And so I started the channel as Jake the Flat Earth Asshole. And then I became Jake the Asshole in 2018. And then I changed it just earlier this year to Jake the Awake, a slight rebrand so that I'm no longer associated with an anus word. So yeah, we are celebrating a decade here on YouTube next month, which is right around the corner. Wow. Time flies. Thank you very much, Big Money Bob, for your generous donations and your gifts of memberships tonight. I really, really appreciate it, buddy. Double fist bumps to you, Big Money Bob. And anyone who got a gifted membership from Bob, make sure that you thank him. Yes, people wonder why I changed the name from Jake the Asshole to Jake the Awake. And there were a handful of people that said that they don't like to share my videos with friends and family because the name Jake the Asshole is off-putting. And so people's parents, for instance, like if they want to show their older parent that football is fake, they don't want to say, oh, here's a video from Jake the Asshole, because that makes people automatically have a judgment or a preconceived notion of who or what I'm going to be just because the name asshole is there. So as I got older, I less and less appreciated calling myself asshole and referring to myself as asshole. And then if somebody asks, what's the name of your channel? Like telling a stranger, like, oh, I'm a YouTuber. Oh, well, what's the name of your channel? Jake the Asshole, right? So it got old after a while for me, and I felt like I could be better represented by something else. So I had to try and come up with a different name, but still keep the content basically the same. So I haven't changed the direction of the channel. I'm still putting out essentially the same content. I just didn't want my name associated with an anus any longer. So it might seem a bit like more like YouTube friendly of a move, less edgy, but I really think that, like, you know, the older I get, the less cool it is to call myself an asshole, you know? I'm Rigged says, bring back the beard and captain's hat. I've actually thought about doing that because it was a bit of a recognizable look that I actually liked. The only thing I don't like about having a big beard is that I mess with it. So when I have hair coming out of my face, like even if it's just like a little goatee, then I mess with it and I touch it, right? So if I have this big beard, not only do I mess with it and fidget with it, stuff gets in the beard, so it becomes like this thing you have to maintain. And so like if I take a drink of milk, and then I wipe it out of my beard. Then like 3-4 hours later, I can smell like curdling milk in my beard, right? You know what I mean? It's like you eat food and then you get little bits in the beard and like meat juice inside the beard, right? So it becomes this thing that you have to like take care of and maintain. And so there's parts about having the beard that I just don't really dig. And then more and more as I get older, I'm just growing gray hair. So if I grow a big gray beard, it's just going to make me look older. And so one of the things that makes me look younger is shaving away my facial hair. This is how I keep myself looking like I'm not 42 years old, right? So once I have a big gray beard, I start looking my age. I start looking older than my age. And so one of the ways I keep myself looking as young as possible is by shaving and dyeing my gray hairs, right? So one of these days when I stop dyeing my gray hairs, or if I decide to grow out a beard, I'm just going to be this gray ass grandpa looking motherfucker. And you guys are going to be like, holy shit, Jake aged so much, so fast. When the truth is I've been gray for like almost 10 years. I've been dyeing my grays away. Shh, don't tell nobody. Suzette Ann says, Jake, please do Tucker Carlson interpreting Stephen Hawking explaining the moon landings were real. You know, Stephen says that he's quite fascinated that there's still morons out there who believe that the moon landings were all fake. I mean, Stephen's sitting here, and as he's mumbling to me, and I'm translating for you, I have to realize that we live in a world where people just aren't intelligent. Anyone who could possibly believe that the moon landings were fake, well, they obviously probably shouldn't be voting. I mean, do we really want to live in a society where people who don't believe in the moon landings have the same vote as you or I? I find this quite preposterous. And Stephen here, as he was mumbling, he was also saying that he needs to take a duty in his diaper right now. Go ahead, Stephen. Let the duty out. Let's continue this interview. So Stephen told me just now that there are conspiracy theorists online who like to say that the lunar module looks like a pile of junk and looks also similar to a homeless tweakers shelter. This couldn't be any further from the truth. As Stephen was explaining to me, the lunar module was constructed from some of the finest space materials available at the time. And they simply have destroyed that old technology, and they're still trying to figure out how to rebuild it today. Stephen, I couldn't agree anymore. There you go. This is close enough, right? I haven't worked on Tucker Carlson impression a lot, so I'm kind of winging it, right? Doing what I can. I think that's close enough, right? It's recognizable. Could we get someone here to change Stephen's diaper? I'm starting to smell it a little bit right now. It does smell. Could we get someone in here to change Stephen's diaper, please? That'd be great. Thanks. Stephen, we'll continue this interview once they change your diaper. All right? Okay. There you go. Tucker Carlson explaining the moon landing. Speaking of, there it is. That's the official shot from the 1969 moon landing. And that is the original lunar module. Or is it a homeless tweaker shelter? The original design, still worn by the original who came up with it. And I know there are some hacks out there, like Owen Benjamin, who basically tried to rip off this idea. He says that the lunar module looks like a meth head tree fort, right? So Owen Benjamin says the lunar module looks like a meth head tree fort. Just after I said it looks like a homeless tweaker shelter. Clearly trying to rip off my bit like the fucking hack he is. So fuck Owen Benjamin and his hack shill ass. And I hope him and his family have a non-Merry Christmas. Oh yeah, and these are still available for purchase. You have to order them through a shitty Chinese dropship company that takes forever to finally send them. But if you want one, they still are available. You can click the link down below in my description and you can order one for yourself today. Makes a great Christmas gift for next year, or a personal gift for yourself. Yes, it's still a classic. All right, you guys. So it's getting late for you guys who are over on the East Coast. So I'm sure some of you guys are probably getting tired. And I got through the subjects I wanted to talk about tonight. And so we'll go ahead and finish up the stream here. I want to wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, well, happy Wednesday night to you. All right. And I hope your Thursday morning is wonderful, whether you celebrate or you don't celebrate. And then I want your wonderful Thursday to carry over into a fantastic Friday, and then have yourself a super stupendous weekend. All right. In fact, from every day here on out, just have the most fucking amazing life you could ever possibly have. Okay. Awesome. And until next time, this is your favorite comedian and mine signing out. All right, y'all. I will see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. Take it easy. See you later. Bye-bye. Good night. Oh, super chat coming in just before we shut down the stream. LaFleur says, join me in the lair tomorrow and subscribe. I'll be hanging out with family most of the day, so I don't know if I'll be able to pop in tomorrow or not. I might be able to pop in with my phone for like a few minutes or something. So perhaps I'll be able to stop by for a few minutes. Thank you, Davey D, for the final chat donation of the night. All right, with that said, I guess it's time to wrap it up. Good night, guys. I love you guys. Bye-bye.